Short version yes, but if you want the long version, well then I'm gonna be telling you almost all there is to this game. Also before we start, please join the Discord server. I will be hosting Forsaken Game Nights, for example killer free-for-alls etc etc. Now let's get into it. This is Alter Ego, a new Forsaken alternative made by the devs behind TDS. Today I'm gonna be reviewing the characters, gameplay mechanics and the looks of the game. This is just my opinion though, you can have your own. First we've got Noob. He has two abilities, a Bloxy Cola and a Slingshot. The Bloxy Cola when used gives him 50 stamina and makes him 15% faster for 10 seconds. It can be used to run away from the killer once you see him, or to escape, the escape mechanic we will go on later. His next ability allows him to stun the killer. When used you hold a slingshot and when you click it shoots it. This ability stuns the killer for 3 seconds. He also has a passive ability. When the exit opens, you get a 15% speed boost for 10 seconds, basically the stats of the Cola. Next up we've got Patient Zero. He has two abilities. The first one allows him to regenerate health. When used it heals 7 HP per second for 5 seconds, but when he gets damaged the healing stops. It can be used after you get downed, which we will go over later on. His second ability makes him go invisible for 10 seconds, but like the heal ability, when he gets attacked his ability stops. It makes you completely invisible to the killer. He also has a passive ability which lets him know if the killer's close. The next survivor we have is the Commander. You probably recognize him from TDS, but anyways he has two abilities. His first one shows him the nearest generator and the killer. It will also show these things to his teammates in a 18 stud radius for 15 seconds. His second ability gives himself and allies within a 18 stud radius a 12% speed buff for 10 seconds. It can be used once you hear the killer's music, or if a Patient Zero starts screaming, that probably means that the killer's nearby. And just like the other survivors he has a passive ability. This one shows him the survivors within a 40 stud radius. This character is useful if the team can't find any generators. The next character is Fjord. He has two abilities just like every other survivor. His first one is a slash. He charges forward and slashes which stuns the killer, for a whole 5 seconds, but if you miss you'll just look dumb. The next one is the Warrior's Call. You raise your sword and scream for like a second, which makes you 15% slower, but all allies within a 10 stud radius gain 20% damage reduction. Yeah, it says reduction but whatever. This will go on for 10 seconds. He also has a passive of course, this one when you enter the radius of a killer of 35 studs, he will provide hints of their location to the survivor. Sorry for yapping so much, we also have killers to go on but I don't want to bore you guys. I think you can test them out yourself. Now let's move on to the gameplay mechanics. Let's start with the main goal of the game. It isn't surviving but escaping. To escape the players will need to complete all 5 generators and then escape through the escape gates. There are 2 escapes so the killers can't camp. The next mechanic is instead of killing as killer, you down players. They can't use abilities and move slowly. The team can revive them and when they get revived, the next time you kill them they will actually get killed. The next mechanic is wall jumping. You can jump over small walls but killers can't. You can use it to loop better but just remember that the killers have an ultimate ability and using it they will 99% take you down. Oh yay, and ultimate's one shot so be aware of that. You can also whistle and crouch. I don't know if crouch does anything but whistling shows the red circle just like from Patient Zero and it points from the direction the whistle came from for 0.2 seconds. You crouch by pressing C and whistle by pressing X. Now the looks of the game, man I don't want to rant or else it will take long. It has the TDS style which is really iconic to Paradoxum Studios. Now if you asked me if the game is worth it, I definitely say yes, but if 25 Robux is much for you well then not really. You can wait for the game's release. That's all for today. See ya in the next one.